Hey guys, what's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome to today's podcast. I'm your podcast host, Sharita Berry. Welcome. As our this today is our continued discussion on. I'm not a political person, but I speak my mind. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a political person, but I do speak my mind. No doubt about that. But y'all know what tomorrow is, right? Tomorrow is the big day. That's right. When Congress, senators, Republicans, and Democrats, and all those good people go to vote. That's right. So, this is the thing. So, we continue our discussion on Roe versus Wade, which is the talk of the town and some on across the news, somewhat. But I'm not sure if a lot of podcasters have took it upon to bring up the discussion. But you know me, I talk about anything and everything that make you say, and make you want to think, put your thinking cap on and make you open your eyes more so that you can see, and open your ears so that you can really hear what's taking place around the world, around the country. Because some things are a distraction to keep your eyes what's going off, going, okay, let me slow down a little bit, let me calm down, let me breathe. Let me inhale, exhale. Okay. You know me. I talk about things to make you want to think, make you say, make you open your eyes a lot wider, make you open your ears a lot wider, to understand that some things is a distraction to keep your eyes off of what's on over the right. So some distractions will come to the left to have you turn left when really you need to keep your eye over here on the right. I'm just saying, hashtag IJS, you know me, because I have to put in I put in a hashtag IJS to keep me from saying what I want to say, because I don't want to get kicked off of here. I don't want to be banned. I'm already banned from off of Facebook Live. Yes. My daughter asked me, she said, how did you get banned from off of doing the Facebook Live? I told her, I don't know. She said, you said something. I said, I probably did and forgot to say my hashtag IJS. But nevertheless, alert just came across my email and I wanted to share with you all on today. Yes. Whew. It's alert. Yes. Okay. This came across my email at 6:24 p.m. It just say alert. That's all it says. And it's in reference to alert nationwide protests to support abortion rights. See, I told a lot of people on Facebook, I said, let me tell you something. What's going to happen? If they overturn it, it's going to be protesting all around the country. No joke. Like I said, I am pro-life. I'm for abortion. But when it comes to taking away a woman's rights to choose, that's where I have the problem, because you cannot tell somebody what to do with their body. You can talk to them and let them know that there are options, but at the end of the day, that's their decision to whatever they want to do. The only person that can tell you what to do with your body is the creator, the supreme being, not Buddha, because Buddha cannot talk. Not a statue made of gold and silver or anything like that, or statue made with wood. Only God can tell you what to do with your body. So this alert came my email just a few minutes ago. As soon as I opened my email up before I came on here, I said, oh my gosh. Okay. So it said alert, national wide protest to support abortion rights. Because I'm a Move On member, Republican lawmakers have taken the U.S. Supreme Court's draft decision overturning Roe versus Wade as license to introduce some of the most heinous bills our nation has seen in recent history. So this is the thing. When there are certain laws and certain bills that come into play that they get ready to vote on, or the Supreme Court either say yay or nay to, then what Congress will do, they'll come and tax this law. Oh, you doing this? Let's do this and that. They'll these dumb freaking laws and all this type of kind of stuff. Some of them don't even make no sense, but they do it. Mitch McConnell is floating the possibility of a nationwide ban on abortion if Republicans take control of Congress this fall. So, because I think Mitch McConnell is a Democrat, and I think the Democrats are for the overturning. I'm not sure. Somebody tell me because I don't know. Don't quote me on it. So, so his thing is, because if the Republicans take control over Republicans take control over Congress this fall, he's floating around possibilities of a nationwide ban on abortion. So, like I said in previous podcasts, if you wasn't listening, when I started talking about, so the first, second, third, this the fourth podcast I want to say. I guess third, I'm not sure, but in one of my podcasts, I did say if they overturn Roe versus Wade, could it impact election that's coming up this fall? Yes, it can. Firsthand. Louisiana Republicans have introduced a bill to classify all abortions in the state as homicide and to allow prosecutors to criminally charge abortion patients. My goodness. My goodness. And Mississippi governor is considering outlawing contraception. You can't do that. You cannot outlaw contraception. Contraception, no. Women need that. They need birth control pills. Some women do. Not every woman that takes contraception takes birth control pills or any other form of birth control just because they want to prevent themselves from getting pregnant. No, some women take birth control pills to help them have a period because they don't have a menstrual cycle. So they take the birth control pills to help them with their cycle. And sometimes they take birth control pills because they have an irregular cycle. My, come on, man. Really? So that was the alert in my box. Yeah. So America's about to turn back the clock 50 years to a time when women were not free and trans and non-binary people were not visible in our society. So I'm telling you, it's about to go down like downtown Julie Brown. I'm telling you. White House urges peaceful protests, support for judge and wake up abortion demonstration. Demonstration. Let me tell you, I saw somewhere where one judge had to. I think they said something about leave his house or something like that. I'm not even sure, but they said he had to leave because of the. I don't know. I have no idea, but they said he had to leave because something about his house or something like that along those lines. I guess he's being threatened, so I'm quite sure judges are like, according to MSNBC, guest wants to make sweet love to Supreme Court leaker joyfully abort fetus if she gets pregnant. Crazy. I mean, this crazy. This is like literally crazy, y'all. I mean, it's this about to go down like downtown Julie Brown. Y'all remember downtown Julie Brown? I forgot. That's like back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Uh, So y'all need to come on now because this is crazy. So, according to Publico, Yellen, you know that lady, banning abortion would be very dangerous to U.S. economy. The Treasury chief said the Roe ruling helped allow women to finish school and increase their earning potential, leading to higher workforce participation. So this Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen on Tuesday argued that banning abortion would be very damaging for the economy by reducing women's ability to balance their careers and their families. She went on to say, I believe that eliminating the rights of women to make decisions about when and whether to have children will have a very dangerous effect on the economy and will set women back decades. She said in response to a question at a Senate Banking Committee hearing. So, according to this, is the disclosure of a draft Supreme Court decision that would overturn Roe vs. Wade, the landmark case that guaranteed federal constitutional protections, abortion rights, has set off a firestorm across the country as people grapple with possibility that terminating a pregnancy could become illegal in some states. My gosh, yes, because some states said you can get abortion, we're gonna throw you in jail. Senator Tim Scott later in the hearing pressed her on her answer, arguing that framing the issue of abortion around labor force participants feels callous to me. Callous to me. Scott said there was a plenty of room to discuss child care, financial literacy, and child tax credit to improve outcomes for American kids. So he didn't want to talk about that. He wanted to talk about what the agenda was for that meeting. Like homeboy was like, we don't got time to talk about that stuff. We want to talk. We want to what we here for. So this is floating around everywhere. Y'all want to hear something so funny? I'm just this little funny break. This is really funny, y'all. This is really funny because it was funny to me. So I'm taking this is like an intermission time right here, which was funny, but at the same time. So of course, apparently in Texas, it was a guy stole somebody's lawnmower. Now check this out. He stole the person's lawnmower, right, y'all? And he started mowing the person's grass. So I was like, wait a minute. You stole the person's lawnmower and mowed the person that you stole lawnmower's grass. Yeah, he did that. They had him on camera. You know, they used to have people do commit the craziest crimes. So this dude actually stole a lawnmower from somebody, and the same lawnmower he stole from that person, he started mowing that grass, and they had him on camera at night. Apparently, someone called the police, and they saw him. He started running, and he left the lawnmower in the alley, and he still ran. So I'm not sure if they caught him or not, but that was funny. I was like, mm, mm, mm. That was so funny. But back to our discussion, y'all. Back to our discussion. So we're talking about Roe um, versus Wade and the different things that are taking place around the world and around the country at the same time. So we know. Let's go over to Twitter and see what's trending over there. You know, I would love to have what's her name, y'all? Um, Wendy Williams' job. You know, I'm kind of glad that she's not on there because she was horrible. I mean, she was a good host, talk show host, but at the same time, she was horrible. And when I say horrible, that's because the way she downgraded people and the way she looked down on people, it really kind of got to me because some people um they they when they have arrived and think they all that in bag of chips and they got money on top of money, they they forget where they come from. You know, a lot of people forget where they come from, and when they forget where they come from, they tend to look down on people beneath them, which is like really messed up. So I wish her all the best, you know, and I hope that she's getting better. But hey, if anybody know who her producers in the mirror are over there at the TV station, tell them about me. Say, hey, I really think you need to get this girl named Sharita Berry to come on and host her show. It'd be the Sharita Show. Yeah, Sharita, what's up? Woo! Y'all, I'm crazy, but I'm a crazy good. So we over here on Twitter because we want to see, is it trending on, it hasn't been trending on Twitter. I don't understand why, but so we're going to see. So, according to McKinsey, if you think the current Roe versus Wade situation is about abortion, then you don't get it. Multiple states are calling for nationwide bans on IUDs, Plan B, and even condoms. This isn't about abortion. It's control over women. Let's the On the far side note, my sister, she said, okay, what they want. She said first they trying to depopulate the earth. Now they trying to populate the earth. She said they don't know what they want. I started laughing at her. So she said they're trying to depopulate. Now they want to populate. You know, because it was 1 million people that actually died of COVID. And now those 1 million people, can you imagine how many children it was? Don't quote me on that. I'm just saying, hashtag IJS. According to Oakland, with Roe versus Wade being overturned, we are getting so many young and poor people at risk. The foster care system will flood even more. Children will die of abuse and lack of resources. Others will take their own lives. I can't imagine that fear of an unwanted pregnancy with no way out. According to Andrea, here's the deal: women stop having sex with men until Congress protects Roe versus Wade. Okay. According to Mike, Roe versus Wade made men like, okay, we did that one already. We don't want to know what you say. We don't want to know what you say, dude. For really? Call to activism breaking. And a stunning turn on events. Pro life Democrat Bob Casey says he has decided to support legislation to codify Roe versus Wade. You had nothing you got to say about, dude. Nothing. Nothing you got to say. According to Val, Marco Rubio wants to overturn Roe versus Wade. I would vote to save it. Okay. 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 According to Griffin, CBS News poll, Roe versus Wade, the Supreme Court should keep it as is, 64%, overturn it, 36%. Senator Tina Smith, I will be voting yes to codify Roe versus Wade. According to Dash, this was he posted 2 days ago. He said, I saw a video of an angry Elizabeth Warren storming through DC after the draft opinion leak. She was filled with rage about Roe versus Wade being overturned. It was inspiring to watch. Every single Democrat should match Elizabeth Warren's energy. That's what voters need to see. Oh wow. Wow. Democracy. This they posted one day ago. Benedict Cumberbatch wears T-shirts supporting women's right and Roe versus Wade during NSL hosting gig Saturday night. That NSL Saturday Night Live. Stephen Crowder posted 10 hours ago, and he stated, "Let me get this straight. Make your voice heard is incumbent to violence, but Mayor Beetlejuice Lightfoot, now that's not nice, can post a call to arms against those supporting the overturn of Roe versus Wade, and left says nothing. It's almost as if the rules aren't being applied equally." A, a Occupy Democrats 3 hours ago retweeted this is if you support protesting outside the houses of Republican Supreme Court justice to oppose the overturning of Roe versus Wade, and in fact believe we have a moral obligation to do so. Now I won't retweet nothing like that, because when you're now people take it too. Now I understand the mindset of people, some to a certain degree, but when you start protesting outside my house, now we have a problem here. That's my thing. You didn't took your protesting to the 10th degree and the 15th degree times 35 degree. Uh, take away 3 divided by 45, then times it by 99, and then take away 5, then plus it added by 33 degrees and multiplied by 59. You done taken it too far. When you stand outside my house protesting, dude, like really, 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 that's taking it too far to me. Now to other people, you might say, no, that's how that's how we get answers. You might get answers like that, but you might get a whole bunch something else too. Cause I don't think, that's just my opinion, when you take too far when you protesting outside. When protesting comes to my door, that's like, okay, you on my this private property, dude. Like literally, let me call the cops on you, get you up out of here, because that's we don't do that. Civilized people. Now, let me tell you something. Back in the day, you didn't see Dr. Martin Luther King and all them that was protesting for African American people to have rights and all that good stuff. They didn't protest on outside people's houses. Now, if they did, somebody please show me a news article. Tell me the date that it was done so I can look up the news article, because I'm quite sure it was publicized in the news. But back in the day, back in the 60s, 70s, I don't think they protested outside people's houses. I don't know. They probably did, but I don't know. I know the KKK did, but don't quote me on it now, but I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. That's taking it too far to the left wing, to the right wing, and swinging around again. I'm just saying. Okay. Somebody tweeted 8 minutes ago, it's Tuesday, and Biden is talking about inflation, not abortion. Shout out to all the idiots who said, OMG, Republicans will lose if Roe versus Wade is overturned. You literally don't know any of the issue or how they poll. Abortion is, in fact, not popular post ultrasound. Joe posted 1 hour ago. She said, imagine if Susan Collins were as upset about the Supreme Court overturning Roe versus Wade as she is about sidewalk chalk. Okay, some people get some people be like, really taking it? They be like, west swinging it, east swinging it. Okay. Milan said on Twitter, it makes no sense to cancel Roe versus Wade when women had worked to reduce abortion to its lowest since it was eradicated. On top of that, the SCOTUS wouldn't be administrating justice fairly to poor and rich. That's their job. So she posted a news article by the Associated Press dated September 18, 2019. And I guess back, President Trump was president, and it just, from 2019, number of abortions in U.S. drops to lowest since they became legal nationwide. Report finds. So it just say the new report illustrates that abortion are decreasing in all parts of the country, whether in Republican-controlled states seeking to restrict abortion access or in Democrat-run states protecting abortion rights. Um, yeah, she posted an article, two articles. Yeah, that's what she did. She posted two articles. Brian on Twitter said now anti-abortion Democrat Bob Casey says he will support litigations to codify Roe vs. Wade. Lauren, she's out of touch with reality that after the Roe vs. Wade leak, they're convinced that Justice Clarence Thomas will get the court to overturn interracial marriage. Okay, now we going on to the left side, to the right side. So y'all, there's all kinds of stuff floating out there. When stuff like this is big, and they consider this as big, like I said, if you all don't know the case way back in the day, way back in the day before I was born, when during the time when schools were segregated, it was Brown versus the Board of Education. Go, you don't know about that? Go research it. Go look it up. Go read it. Go see what happened. Why did Brown versus Board of Education? That was during the time when schools were segregated. Blacks went to all blacks. Caucasian went to all Caucasians. Oh, I forgot. I don't call it black no more. I say brown. When brown people went to brown schools, when Caucasian people went to all Caucasian schools during that time. So Brown versus Board of Education. And guess who won? Brown, not the Board of Education. The Board of Education lost that fight. Abby Howard posted a post. My mother wrote about her experience with abortion. If not for Roe versus Wade, my siblings and I would not exist. Wow. So I'm gonna stop right there with the Twitter feed, but I do know it's not trending. That's for sure. And I don't know why. I mean, it could be, but it's really not trending. I mean, yeah. I mean, well, they do have a recall on baby formula, but it's not like trending that much on Twitter. I see sports, and other stuff. Phew. Um, but it's really not trending that much on Twitter. I mean, I guess Twitter pick and choose what they want to trend. I'm not sure about that, but anyway, we're talking about, so you know. But when I was over on TikTok like yesterday, and I was just streaming through, and there were some women that were telling their stories on abortion. They was like they never came out and told what they were dealing with. I mean, they're about their abortion, like how they hid their abortion from their family. And from their friends, and they were actually telling about their experience when they went to get their abortion. How some of them say they were scared. So there are women that are coming out and telling people, yeah, I have went and got abortion, because they hid it for a long time, and now they're speaking out about it. So yeah, I've listened to some of their stories, and you know, some people, said that the reason why they got abortion because they was raped. Some people, it's a lot of people that get abortion because some people were young people get abortion because they were either product of incest. When you're molestation, all kinds of stories why women would get, abortion. You never know. But like I said, I'm pro-life. I believe that, I believe there is a heartbeat after so many weeks, and that's taking a life to me. But at the same time, I don't feel that you should control a woman's right to choose what she does with her body. Like I said, y'all was here when I first started talking about it. If she want to get a butt lift, let her, hey, go get a butt lift. If she want to travel all the way to Mexico, whatever country to get a butt lift, that's her thing. And she don't want to pay attention to what people saying. Don't go to that country get no butt lift, because when you go there, you have complications. There are some women that went to get butt lifts and they came back to the United States and they died. Don't get the butt lift; it's dangerous. So you can, like I said, you could tell people what to do, but you can't stop them because it's their body. If she want to go get a breast enlarged, hey, that's her body. Let her go do what she want to do, get a breast enlarged. You can tell her, I got my breast enlarged and I had complications. Hey, that's it. They want to do, let them do it. They want them silicones in there, let them silicone. And what one of my friends said, one of my friends, he was so funny. He said, I don't want no woman with no, he said, they fake breasts. I say, boy, shut up. That's what they want to do. Let them do it. He said, but they fake breasts. I want the real breasts. I was like, boy, you dumb. He was like, no, but for real, Sharita, I'm just saying, women that go and get their breasts done, they get that silicone stuff in there, packed in there, they make their breasts enlarged. He said, I don't want to be squeezing no woman breast and I'm squeezing that pack at the same time. I said, boy, you stupid, you know. But hey, you tell that's her. She want to get her breast done. If she want to get collagen in her lips to make her lips big, that's her body. That's her body. At the end of the day, can't nobody tell nobody what to do with that body because it's your body. Just like COVID-19, the vaccine for COVID-19 is your body. Your body. Your job cannot tell you or cannot force you to get vaccinated. Nobody can. But that's your choice. People was asking me, like I said on a couple of days ago, people kept asking me, Sharita, what should I do? What do you do? I said, look, this is my body. Can't nobody tell me to do with my body. That's your body. Can't nobody tell you what to do with your body. Only God can tell you what to do. That's the thing. Only God can tell you what to do with your body. At the end of the day, you have a brain. Think for yourself. If that's her choice, she want to do it, let her do it. If she don't. You can tell her, you can give a woman advice, you can talk to her, you can tell her options. But if she made up her mind, if she wants abortion, there's nothing you can do. That's her body. And when you start to cross the line, when you take away a person's right to choose, like I keep saying, it's just like taking away a woman's right to vote. When the women before us fought so hard, blood, sweat, and tears, so that we women can vote, especially us brown women, because we couldn't vote at one point. Did you know that? We couldn't vote at all. So, hey, now we got Roe versus Wade. And this is not the first time. Like I keep saying, this is not the first time this case came up. This is not the first time. No, it's not. This case been coming up many times. Many times. Many times. A lot of people got abortions. Celebrities done got abortions, but you would never know because they ain't gonna tell you. A lot of celebrities have stories of how they went and got abortion. And they probably have some horror stories. There are a lot of women before abortion, before abortion became legal in certain states and stuff like that in countries, some women older, I'm talking about like your grandmother, your great grandmother, all, I mean, can you imagine how they got abortions? And just think, going all the way back to slavery. They didn't have what we have now, the tools and the mechanisms and all the machines and stuff. They didn't have stuff we had back then. How they got abortions? Whew, harsh. I mean, back alley. Like I read Michelle Obama letter when her husband spoke about it. They did a letter and how, in the letter it said something about women going in back alleys. And I told somebody that, like I said, people may say, "Oh, wait, Miss Sharita, but you're a Christian. You supposed to be pro-life." I am pro-life. But when you take away a person's right to choose about their body, then that's where I have a problem. I had the same problem just when they came out with the vaccine. I had that same problem. You can't force nobody to do nothing they don't want to do to their body. You can't force nobody to do whatever they want to do to their body. Let them do whatever they want to do. If they want to poke holes up and down their body, let them poke holes up and down their body. Because that's their body. That's what I'm saying. If that woman want to go and get a foot piercing and walk around with earrings in her ear, hey, that's her foot. Let her do it. That's what I'm saying. You can't take away a person's right to choose. Yes, I'm pro-life, and somebody, oh, you're Christian. Oh, and a lot of my Christian friends, I don't consider myself a Christian because, like I'm saying, if you're a Christian on here, I'm just tell you right now, I do not consider myself as a Christian. Why? Because number one, God never called us that. Number two, Jesus Christ never said that. He said we're sons and daughters. He called us friends, called us servants. I ain't no Christian. I'm a believer. I believe in the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Yes, I believe in Jesus. I believe in God. But I ain't no Christian because there's nowhere in the Bible that say God called his children Christians, or nowhere that Jesus called his followers Christians. I'm just saying, hashtag IJS. On that note, let's move on. But like I said, you can't do that. Take away a woman's right to choose. It's her body. If she want to have 20 babies, let her have 20 babies. Like the young man that was on the other day, he says it becomes a problem when women going in. She has 11 abortions, 12 abortions, 13 abortions. Like I said, you don't know. We don't know her story. Don't nobody know that story of that woman that came in their abortion clinic 10 times and got 10 abortions. That's 10 babies. Lord Jesus. Don't nobody know her story. She probably is a prostitute. And her John don't want her to get pregnant. You might say, what is a John? Well, that's what they call pimps. And they don't want her to get pregnant, but some kind of reason she keep getting pregnant, and she's pregnant 10 times, so she had 10 abortions. Don't know their story. She may have been a young person. She probably don't know that story. Don't know no woman's story why they get abortion. Some women get abortion, and it's not because they don't want to. It's because maybe the doctor probably told them something. Who knows? But you can't take away a woman's right to choose what she want to do with her body. You can't take away contraception because some women do need it. Some women do need it, and not just to say to stop, because they having sex and they don't want to get pregnant. Some women need it to help with certain ailments they got. Some do need it, yes, because they don't want to get pregnant. Why? Because they just don't want to get pregnant. Maybe they have a health condition, and if they get pregnant, something might happen. They might die, or the baby might die. So there's so many different reasons why women need contraception. Like I said in the beginning, some women take birth control pills. Why? Because they have an irregular period. And from my understanding, I'm not a doctor, licensed doctor, but if you're a doctor on here, I'm quite sure you come on and tell me if I'm right. If a woman is pregnant, I mean she has an irregular period or don't have a period, sometimes the doctor may give her birth control pills to help her period become regular and to or help her come on her period. If you're a doctor, please let me know if I'm right, because I don't know if I'm right. But I've had that experience where women have told me that's the reason why they're taking birth control. And I was like, girl, you take birth control pills? And she's like, yeah, because I have an irregular period and I take the pills to help my period stop. The birth control pills help me have a regular period. And women tell me, yeah, girl, I take birth control pills because I ain't had no period. And so when I started taking them, I started having my period. I'm like, okay, fine with me. So why would you take away condoms? Do you not know there's STDs out here? There's diseases out here that you can catch from having sex, and you want to take away contraception? Like, who does that? Like, what government does that? Right? Literally. So we just got over the pandemic from COVID-19, but now you're saying you want to take away contraception, and you want to say, yeah, we're going to stop distributing condoms. We're going to stop you from selling condoms. We're going to take away your condoms. Dude, AIDS is like, ain't no joke. That's a killer. AIDS will kill you if you having sex without protection, and if you have HIV, you can give somebody AIDS or HIV. That's not enough to play with. You can't do that. Take away contraception from us. Like, where they get that at? I don't understand. Where, I wonder what the health officials got to say to them taking away contraception when some women need it, especially condoms. Who wants to sleep with somebody and they got gonorrhea? Like, literally, dude, for real, do they even think on Capitol Hill? I'm just saying. I'm not a political person. I'm not a politician. I'm not a healthcare worker, but I'm just a citizen that has a voice and has a mind to think. Like, do we really think about different things that we do? I mean, before they pass laws, do they really sit down and think about the laws that they're about to pass? I'm just saying, do they go home at night and think about, this is what we're going to do? Yeah, I'm just saying. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I'm just telling. Somebody gotta tell the truth. Somebody gotta tell the truth. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Somebody gotta tell the truth. Like, literally, somebody. They're trying to protect abortion rights. That's what the Democrats trying to do. They trying to protect them. According to Washington Post, just in. I'm just saying, y'all. This just in. Senate passes bill to extend protection to justice family members. Okay, that's one thing. The latest, Schumer moves to advance abortion bill. Senate Democrats tie up a doom vote to write abortion protection into law. So today, Senator Majority Leader Charles E. Schumer took a key step to tie up a vote this week on writing abortion protections into federal law as Supreme Court appears to oppose to overturn its landmark Roe versus Wade decision. The effort by Democrats seems destined to fail, but will ensure that the issue remains front and center again following the leak of a draft court decision that has scrambled the political of the upcoming midterm elections. Y'all, I'm telling you, y'all don't think that this gonna impact the election? It's gonna impact the election because now people say, okay, wait a minute. I'm telling you, it's gonna impact the election. It's gonna impact the election. Democrats are moving forward this week on a Senate vote on a bill that will codify abortion rights into federal law. And the wake of a leaked draft from the Supreme Court, I'm telling you, that law, that Roe vs. Wade came from 1973. This is going to impact votes all around the world, all around the country with this election that's coming up. Send it to vote Wednesday. They voting tomorrow on that bill. So those y'all that watch the news and all that stuff, Mike Majority Leader Chuck, Chuck now. Chuck is some he man. Chuck is the man. He be getting things. He be like on it. Him and that other dude and Pelosi. I can imagine all three of them be sitting in the office, just be going back and forth, arguing about, no, we got to do this, we got to pass this. I can imagine them on a meeting, on the phone, and all that stuff. No, going back and forth, arguing about the bill and stuff like that. But they vote on Wednesday, y'all. Democrats lack the votes to pass the bill, and a vote on a similar measure early this year failed. Come on, y'all. See, y'all not listening. They tried to vote on it early this year and it failed. So now they going in again. Come on, y'all. They voting tomorrow. Tomorrow they voting on that bill. They voting on it tomorrow on that bill. So we're going to see what's going to happen. Now, for the Supreme Court thing, I think they have up until June. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on it. I don't know because they have a lot of cases. So they have cases on top of cases. So we don't know when. I don't even know when they're going to do theirs. So we will see. Like I just read to y'all. They did it earlier this year and it failed. So they're going to do it again. So if nobody never leaked what the Supreme Court was going to do, we wouldn't have heard about it till after it was all done and said. We would have heard about it. We would have heard about it. I'm telling you. So the person that leaked it, I don't even know who leaked it. Cause I'm quite sure they know. I'm quite sure they probably know, but I ain't saying nothing. They probably already know, got the person, probably took some disciplinary actions against them or whatever. You know what I'm saying? They probably did all that stuff, probably fired them and all that stuff. I don't know. But I don't know who leaked it. But all I know is somebody leaked it. That's all I know. But it's funny though. It's funny because I forgot what senator think that the lady that was confirmed that's the new judge, Supreme Court judge, he thinks she did it. I'm like, I don't know. And in her situation is crazy to me because if the dude that's the judge who she's supposed to replace it, he's supposed to retire, I think this year. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on it. But they said if he do not retire, she still has that status. Like, how you gonna have the Supreme Court judge status and dude still sitting in the chair? I don't know how that. Y'all got to explain it to me. Help me, because I need to know. I need to know, and my podcast people need to know too. So I got to find out that, and when I find that out, I'm gonna let y'all know on my podcast, not just here on Wednesday, because I'm broadcasting on my other podcast too at the same time. But nonetheless, like, come on, because I got some things I got to find out, and I got to come back and tell y'all, because I realized that a lot of people don't watch the news or read the newspaper. Some people just don't read into the fine lines, the lines that you can't see in between the words that's in between the words. You gotta look. That's why I said I talk about stuff that make you go make you open your eyes, make you say what, make you say hold up, make you say wow, what, and make you say shut your mouth, make you say god dang, make you say woulda, make you open your ears and make you look to the right when the left trying to make you look over there, but you really should pay attention to the right because the right is very important, not the left. But Ukraine and France is still going at it, y'all. I ain't laughing. I'm just saying. This Roe versus Wade took our focus off what's going on the right and took you to the left. But let me tell you something, what's going on the right that you're not even paying attention to. Let's say electricity shortage going on. There's a food shortage going on. Commodities are still in shortage. But you looking to the left. Wait a minute, how do you know that? Because I read and I listen and I see. Yeah. Because over there in China, they got something going on over there where a lot of things y'all don't know. A majority of our commodities that we purchase every day come from over China. Okay. And when they got something going over there, what they got going on now, where they have fleets of ships on the ocean and stuff like that that cannot travel because what's going on over there. So a lot of products you will not be seeing on the shelf this weekend because what they got going on over there. Okay, that good stuff that you used to buy when it's and 4th of July coming up. So, and for us brown people, Juneteenth coming up, and a lot of stuff you ain't going to see that you normally see because what's going on over China, because what you're looking for was made in China, come from China, shipped to the U.S., and they being held up over there because what they got going on over there. So some of the freight, some of them boats hold up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and France and Ukraine, they still got that going on over there too. That's still going on. France and Ukraine with Vladimir Putin and the president of Ukraine, they still at it back and forth. Don't even know that's about oil all the time. When countries be fighting, they're about oil. They want the border. They want to seize control of this, and no, we want to take your land because you was once a part of Russia, but you didn't went off to yourself. So we want that land back. You know what I'm saying? All this stuff going on, all this stuff going on. But anyway, before I wind down and close up shop for the day, is anybody that has anything to say? Or is this something that you would like to share? Or you just want to pop on and give a shout out? Or better yet, come on. What's the name of your podcast? And so we can follow. I can go and follow your podcast. What they do, follow or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But come on, do you have anything to say? You want to shout out your podcast so those here on Wisdom can follow you on your podcast. I love to follow people. And I always listen to people podcasts because a lot of people have some interesting things to say. Some people it's funny. Some people I got a question because I just have a question about them, like, nah. Mm-mm. But hey, come get, shout out your podcast so others can go and listen and also can go follow. What topics do you talk about? Hey, come on. It's all about sharing is caring and caring is sharing. I think that's how it go. I don't know, but I'm just saying hashtag IJS. But, well, if you have something that you would like to share, because I'm all done. Some people call it venting. Yeah, I'm all done for the day. But I'll be back because tomorrow is a new day. You know what I'm saying? Hashtag IJS. Because tomorrow is the voting. We don't know what's going to take place. A lot of people hoping. A lot of people like, well, yeah, it's about time. Some people like, oh no, what we going to do? Protesting going to kick off, and I'm quite sure they protesting right about now. There are people camped out at Supreme Court right now. I'm quite sure, like they said, they going up to people's houses protesting at the Supreme Court judges' houses. How do you find out where they live? That's the first thing. Like, literally, because I'm quite sure some of them people live in private communities. What do you go? You go stand outside the gate when you really can't get in and like protesting outside the gate to the private community where they live? Like, that's what they do. I don't know. Don't quote me on it, but I'm quite sure that's what they do. That's crazy. But let somebody protest me come to my living quarters, I will have a problem. literally have a full-blown problem with that. Because I just can't see that being done. That's taking it too far to the extreme. But anyhow, it's been great. It's been great chilling with y'all on today. It's been great. Let's see. Um so I don't know everybody podcast, don't know what your podcast title is, but I'm gonna shout you out anyway. Thank you to Chris. He's a blogger. Shout out to him and his podcast. He's a blogger, a dreamer, pilot, energy and space tech. Shout out to you on your podcast. Lacey Hampson, spirit led, heart centered, life coach, writer, dancer. Shout out to your podcast. India Franklin. Okay, shout out to your podcast. KD, shout out to your podcast. JJ, shout out to your podcast. Gercila Moore, Wisdom Book Club, Spiritual Guide, Hope Expert. Shout out to your podcast. Blunted, shout out to your podcast. NGY King, shout out to your podcast. First Peter 2:9. Shout out to your podcast. Shout out Dr. Linnea Holmes. Shout out to your podcast. She's a leadership development coach and organizational growth consultant. Shout out to your podcast. Christian Ministry, shout out to your podcast. Frank Lewis, shout out to your podcast. Daryl, shout out to your podcast. Rebecca Youngman, shout out to your podcast. Jill Collins, shout out to your podcast. Laura, shout out to your podcast. John X, shout out to your podcast. Mike Child, shout out to your podcast. Cyber Shots, shout out to your podcast. Dr. Rio, shout out to your podcast. Jason, shout out to your podcast. Ismail, shout out to your podcast. Webster Style, shout out to your podcast. Catherine, shout out to your podcast. Jason, shout out to your podcast. Sherry, shout out to your podcast. Tracy, shout out to your podcast. Denise, shout out to your podcast. Ella, shout out to your podcast. Chris, shout out to your podcast. Larry, shout out to your podcast. Justice, shout out to your podcast. I couldn't do all of them, but everyone that's listening, shout out to your podcast. I pray that your podcast will bless many people, and people will be blessed by your words of encouragement, your words of wisdom. Your I pray that your podcast is will become very successful, and that it will open doors for you that no man can shut, and that it will close doors that no man can open, and it will bring you before people in this season, and that everything is going to go well in your life. No, if you don't believe in God, he believes in you. And I don't know you, you don't know me, but I'll pray for you. Yes, I will. I don't know what you got going on in your life, but hey, I'm gonna pray for you because I know that God is still in control. So you all have a blessed day. Enjoy today. Enjoy your podcast. Enjoy meeting people from around the world and around the country, because I know I do. And hey, do something extraordinary on today. Pay it forward on today. It's 7:43 a.m. p.m. Eastern Central Standard Time. I'm not quite sure what time it is in your time zone. Some people, you may still live on the West Coast. It's still in the afternoon, still daylight. Some people may live in another country. It's in the evening or going on in the wee hours of the morning. Hey, pay it forward. Buy somebody a cup of coffee on today. Give somebody a hug on today. Tell somebody that you love them on today. Hey, fist bump somebody. Tell somebody you look good. Let a smile, because a smile does a lot, goes a long way. Encourage somebody on today. Inspire somebody on today. Buy somebody groceries on today. Hey, take $10, buy $10 worth of socks on today and pass them out to the homeless. Buy a homeless person a cup of coffee. Buy somebody a meal on today. Treat somebody to dinner on today. Treat somebody to lunch on today. But always pay it forward. Why? Because we could be one step away from being on our last and losing everything. I remember a time when I didn't have any. Well, I remember a time when I lost my car, my house, everything. Now I live with my daughter. I had to sell my car, but hey, we everybody has a story to tell. And one day I'll come on here and share another part of my story. As I did do a podcast one time before I leave. I did do a podcast where I shared my story on how I was in a domestic violence relationship for 7 years with my children's father when they were young. I may come back on at a later time and share some other stories that I have, because everybody has a story to tell. Everybody came, some people grew up with a gold spoon in their mouth. Some people grew up with a silver spoon, but it's a lot of people that did not grow up that way. And in life is could be, and some people would say a bitch, but it wasn't like that for me. But hey, I have a story to tell, and I always share stories with people all the time. But maybe one day I'll come on and do a podcast entitled "My Story" and bring somebody on, and so you can share your story. But y'all enjoy your day. I hope that this podcast was enlightening for you all. Share some information to y'all. Open your eyes and your ears so that you can look to the right instead of the left to see what's going on around the country, around the world. Don't forget, pay it forward on today. You can email me, Sharita Berry at Outlook.com. That's right. It's the name at the bottom of the screen, Sharita, Shareta, Berry, Berry, at Outlook.com. I would love to hear from somebody. Anybody? I'm just saying. Hashtag IJS. Peace, deuces, and namaste.